Woohoo! I am live. This is Math 40 Elementary Algebra. We're still in 1.8, and Godzilla's here to help us with our word problem. This is number 3, and if you just watched the last video, you'll remember. Oh, I can't keep these things straight. That's as straight as I'm going to be today. Ba-bum-bum. Okay, so if you recall the last video, if you're just watching the last video, it had to do with the number of feet in Y yards. And this is a similar problem. If one egg is worth G cents, find the value in cents of 1 dozen eggs. So I feel like I should get in my rocking chair and explain that it used to be possible to buy individual eggs at the store. And they were worth a certain amount of cents each. So you could, and it wasn't very expensive. So you wouldn't just necessarily buy a whole dozen. You could just buy a couple if you just needed a couple. So let's take a look at this. I've got one egg is worth G cents. Find the value in cents of 1 dozen eggs. So I'm going to do what I did before because it was fairly successful. And this isn't necessarily the way that you would do it at all. One egg is G cents. Okay. Or I could write G cents like that. Your choice. Either use the word or use the symbol. Okay, so let me think. 2 eggs. 2 eggs would be G twice, right? So 2G cents. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I kill myself. Not in a real sense. I mean, I think I'm hilarious. There we go. 3 eggs. 3G cents. Okay, I could keep going, but what if I just skip to 1 dozen eggs? So a dozen, 1 dozen, all right, over here, 1 dozen equals 12. So if you don't know that expression, a dozen is 12. So what if I have 12 eggs? What would that equal? You got it, 12 times G. And again, I'm using that implicit multiplication. So I don't have to write the extra dot in between. There we go, just like that. Okay, next up, you guys ready? That was the penultimate. This is the ultimate problem in this section. Oh my goodness, this is a weird, strange problem. And the thing is if I never went over the strange, weird problems from the homework, then we'd only practice the easy ones, and then you would go and do the homework and be like, what is even happening here? So this is one of the weirder problems in the book. And it says, the expression 20,000 minus 3s gives the number of square feet of sod. So clearly I'm going to need a green pen, sod. So what the heck is sod? Sod equals grass. And it's not just any grass. Sod is a description for what happens when someone actually grows grass, like on a farm. And then what they do, and it's very cool, there's this very cool machine that comes in and they take the grass and a little bit of the dirt underneath, and then let's see if I can do a decent picture. They pack it in rolls. It's one of the weirder parts of modern life. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a fern, maybe it's sod. But basically, they roll up the grass, and then they send it on a flatbed truck, and then you can have it delivered to your house, and then you just unroll it like you're unrolling a rug in your front lawn. And it's like magic grass. It's already happened. So instead of actually waiting for grass to grow, you could just buy pre-made grass. Okay, so the number of square feet of sod, of sod that are left in a field that's 20,000 minus 3S. After S strips have been removed, suppose a city orders 7,000 strips of sod. Evaluate the expression and explain the result. Okay, so I took some notes, but I'm going to read it again. The expression 20,000 minus 3S, we got it right there, gives the number of square feet of sod that are left in a field. So we've got a field, and it's got sod in it, and they've basically been making strips of it, and they've been rolling them up and selling them, right? And then like this roll will be gone, and then they sell this one, and then this one's gone. So they've grown a bunch of grass, and they're just slowly selling off strips. So they say this is the number of square feet of sod that are left in a field after S strips have been removed. Suppose a city orders 7,000 strips, so 7,000 of these. Wow, the city is putting in a lot of grass. Evaluate the expression and explain the result. So what the heck is going on? So if it's 7,000 strips, that tells me S equals 7,000. That makes sense? S is the number S strips. So if I use, I already used green for sod. I'll use, can't use blue because it's not a high contrast. Here we go. S strip is 7,000. S strip is 7,000. Okay. So what are we going to do now? Well, in this one, because a lot of people are like, oh, set them equal. And I would say, wait, we're not going to set them equal. S is 7,000. So this right there, 20,000 minus 3S, that is the S. So that's actually equal to 20,000 minus 3 times 7,000. Okay, so that's 20,000 minus 21,000. I get negative 1. Oops, that doesn't look good. Negative 1,000. Negative 1,000. That's the number of square feet of sod left in a field. Negative. What does that mean? Negative numbers are weird. In this case, now I wish we were in class, because I know in class you guys would be all like, oh, I know. So right now I have to pretend like I'm waiting for you guys. And then I'm going to say, oh, you're right. You guys are brilliant. So you're right. The negative means we sold too much sod. We ran out. So in other words, we need another 1,000 square feet that we can't sell. So when the city came to us, the city orders 7,000, we have to say, oh, sorry, we can't do that many. So now, how would we know how many we could actually do? Well, that is a really great question. And the answer is that we technically don't know that yet. So we're going to have to leave this unknown. Now, if you're all saying, well, probably around 6,000, you're brilliant. Because, yeah, it's a little over 6,000 strips. But for right now, we have to leave the problem unknown. Evaluate the expression we did. We got negative 1,000. Notice the word evaluate is going to mean we're going to get an actual number answer. That's good to touch the back of your head. Explain the result. We sold too much sod. We ran out, something like that. The city is sad. The children will be sad they don't have grass. The dogs in the dog park are sad. I don't know who's sad. Maybe there are clowns that are sad somewhere. There's always clowns that are sad. Godzilla is sad. Everybody's sad. So as long as your answer includes the negative 1,000 And then if you really want to be fancy and impress the heck out of me, you would say square feet, because that's the unit. And then explain that we ran out of sod. You're done. We did it. The word problems are over. Yay! Now we're going to go into section 1.9. Woohoo! Math on, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Woohoo! Yay! Yay!